I want to put a little bit of a clarification on some of the things I was saying yesterday. I was a little hot and bothered, obviously, because the Steelers, the past three, four shit since like 2020, the Steelers have been collapsing late in the season. And I've been a long time Mike Tomlin defender, all the way back to when Terry Bradshaw was calling him out, saying he's nothing but a cheerleader. All the way back when Colin Cowherd religiously just bashed Mike Tomlin. And I've been saying for the longest time, this guy is producing wins at a rate that is almost unheard of in the NFL. And he does. And we still have a winning season. But at the end, and I even said last year, you don't fire Mike Tomlin, but I said, hey, you don't give him an extension because it's been 7 years since the Pittsburgh Steelers have won a playoff game. And is it going to be 8 years this season? That's yet to be determined, but I do know we basically collapsed and handed the division to the Ravens, and now it's looking like the Steelers possibly are going to have to play on the road in the playoffs. And it could possibly be yet another one and done in the playoffs and make it 8 years in a row that the Steelers have not won a playoff game. So in my opinion last year was that the Steelers shouldn't have extended Mike Tomlin, let the course of his contract run out. If he won a playoff game, then you negotiate and you give him a new contract. But the Pittsburgh Steelers organization decided to give him a contract extension. So am I saying fire Tomlin? No, I'm not saying fire Tomlin. Am I saying Tomlin's a bad coach? No, I'm not saying Tomlin is a bad coach. Tomlin is a Hall of Fame coach, and the way it's looking, he's going to pass Chuck Noll in all-time wins. So the man has put together a Hall of Fame resume without a doubt, without a question. It's undebatable. And certain members in the Pittsburgh media religiously just use his name and bash his name for really no reason when the guy has been good. But this has been a trend for years now for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Tomlin collapsing late in the season. So the reason for my video was the man needs to shoulder this blame because this isn't a Bill Cowher team anymore. This isn't a Ben Roethlisberger team anymore. Mike Tomlin has his blueprint and his signature all over this thing. So who else can you blame? And how many seasons in a row do the Steelers need to go without winning a playoff game until they finally do decide to make a change at the head coaching position? I mean, the way it's looking now, we're probably going to play Houston. So I think the Steelers are going to win a playoff game this year if we do get matched up with Houston. Hell, if we even end up getting matched up with Baltimore, I think the Steelers have a good shot to beat Baltimore. But I'm not going to sit here and just defend him blindly anymore. And this late season collapse year after year after year, going in the locker room after you be okay, and people were saying, "Oh, it's a division game. It's not a meaningless game. That's a division game." They were in the basement, man. They were totally out of it. And you're going in there, in their locker room, after you won a game that doesn't seal up the division. It isn't a playoff win. This is the 6-time winning Super Bowl champions. Only the Cleveland Browns throw a parade if they go 0-16 and win a playoff game. The Pittsburgh Steelers are not supposed to be sitting there dancing like they just won a Super Bowl to walk in your trap, take over your trap, after beating a team that was well below 500. What walk in your trap, take over your trap? Are we living in McKeesport? Are we living in McKees Rocks right now? Or are we the Pittsburgh Steelers? What is going on here, man? What are we in McKeesport? Walk in your trap, take over your trap? I mean, it's on him. That's undisciplined to sit there and go around and celebrate like you just won a Super Bowl after, I don't even remember what was there. It was like 4 wins, 5 wins when we played them. They were pretty much out of it. And even if they win today, they still need like 2 teams to help them to maybe just maybe get in the playoffs. That's if they do win tonight. And the way it's looking, Right now, the Steelers should rest their starters because it looks like Baltimore is about to seal this division up with Cleveland. So, that's where I'm coming from with this. So this will be 8 years if we don't win a playoff game. Next year will be 9 years. Year after that, it'll be 10 years. And that will be his three more years left on his contract. When is it appropriate to say it's time to make a coaching change? When?